games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to another FIFA 22 player rating prediction video. Now today we're going on to another team. We did Man United last time and today we are doing Chelsea as they were pretty darn popular in the comment section. So don't forget the team that I pick is down to the comment section. Whichever one I see, like if I see a team particularly pop up quite a bit, I'll go ahead, make their cards and get them done for the next video. So if you want to see your team as the next one, make sure you're commenting down below, and if you see somebody else's already put it, make sure to drop their comment and like as well. But without further ado, let's get into it and let's look at our Chelsea starting 11 FIFA 22 player rating predictions. Let's go. Okay, so starting off in goal, despite the heroics of Kepa in the Super Cup, I've gone with Mendy and I've upgraded him to an 82. I think this is a pretty darn fair upgrade. I think Mendy proved to be a pretty effective and decent looking keeper. I was quite impressed with him. I wasn't overly sold when they first picked him up. I wasn't too sure how he was going to do in the Premier League. I thought obviously it's a step up from the Ligue 1. There's some good teams in the Ligue 1, but a lot of the teams aren't as quite the quality that you're going to get in the Premier League. Not the same sort of level of strikers at least as well. But I think Mendy had a pretty darn good season, and I have to say I think an 82 would probably be a pretty fair rating. He's also quite tall. Be interesting to see if he's relatively overpowered next FIFA. Kind of like the Pope of this year. Maybe not to that level, because I don't think we're going to see a keeper like that. Hopefully, again, as he was just broken. And Chelsea play like a 3/5, so I've gone with a 3 centre-back system, and the first of those centre-backs is going to be Christensen. I've upgraded him as well to an 82. Had a pretty darn good Euros, and I think honestly is starting to prove himself as a better and better player at Chelsea. I'm getting more and more impressed with him the more I see of him. So I've gone ahead and thrown Christensen in as the first centre-back, and again, realistically, a relatively okay sort of starting centre-back. The kind of player that if you packed early on and he had a decent price, you'd probably sell him instead of use him. But if you pack this guy untradeable early on and you're looking to use a Premier League team, he'd probably do a decent job. So decent looking card, and I think warranting an upgrade. And the central centre-back, I've gone with Thiago Silva. I've boosted him to an 86. And again, I think this is fair. Okay, yes, he's getting older, but no, he's not getting any worse. He definitely, again, a couple of injuries, a few sort of slight issues, but when he played, I think Thiago Silva definitely did prove himself as a very good player. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him at an 85. I don't expect a downgrade, but I think, personally, I would just about warrant him with that little cheeky +1. And again, another player that, realistically, you're probably going to be keeping as a SBC fodder, unless you want special, like, Brazilian Premier League links off to other players. But personally, I would say, honestly, Thiago Silva +1 to an 86. But not the best in-game card. And finishing off the back three, I've actually changed Azpilicueta to a centre-back this year, and I have downgraded him by 1. And the main reason for that is mainly because of the position change, not because I think he's got worse. He was an 84 right-back last FIFA, and I'm predicting him to be an 83 centre-back this year. Mainly because he's played really well at that centre-back position. He can still play right-back, he can still play that wing-back, but I think they've got much better people for the wing-back kind of role that Tuchel now plays. But I think as a centre-back, just because of how his stats kind of add up, I've downgraded him to an 83. So again, this is mainly not because I think Azpilicueta is bad or deserving of a downgrade. It's mainly a change of the rating because of his position. If I was making him a right back card, I'd have kept him at an 84, if that gives any consolation. But yeah, with the stats I've given him, I think it just about works out to an 83. And starting off with the wing-backs, although I haven't actually given the wing-back position on the cards, I'm starting off with Chilwell, upgraded him to an 82. It's a little cheeky +1 from his 81 on 21. But I have to say, I think, again, I like Chilwell. I mentioned in the last video that I think Shaw is a slightly better player and a slightly better left-back, which is why Shaw's 83 in that prediction and Chilwell is only an 82 in this one. But yeah, again, I like Chilwell. I think he's a good player. I do think he deserves that upgrade. And realistically, early left back, maybe half decent, but yeah, it's not the most desirable card, but it's pretty well rounded for a left back. It's not a terrible card with a cheeky little like anchor chem style. You're looking decent. And moving on to the right hand side, I've got Reece James, and I've upgraded him to an 80 as well. And personally, I feel like I could have upgraded him more. I'm a big fan of Reece James. I think this guy has got a very good bit of potential ahead of him and a really good future, and I really am a big fan. But I didn't go crazy on the upgrades. If I was choosing like what I would choose to do him to out of everything, I'd probably make him an 82 like Chilwell. However, I see him going up to something like an 80. I don't see him going quite as, you know, like a +5. I'm fairly sure this is a +3 on his 20 card, 21 card actually. You know what? I actually might be wrong there. But regardless, I had a reason for making the 80 instead of higher. 81 would be the highest. I'd probably expect them to upgrade him. But again, Reece James, I'm a big fan of. Again, this is a very good rounded card and would really suit either a wing back position or just as flat right back that you're willing to get up and try and put some crosses in. So for me, I think Reece James is an 80 and I think it's a good looking card. Okay, now we're going to go into sort of a narrow 4. So it's like a really weird 5-4-1, but all the 4 are narrow. I don't know. It makes sense in my head, but we're going to start off with one of the best players, in my opinion, in the world right now, and that's N'Golo Kante. He had an incredible year last year. Man of the match in X amount of Champions League games, I'm fairly sure including both the semi-finals and quite possibly the final. I don't remember if we got man of the match at the final, but N'Golo Kante had an incredible year. I think if France had done better at the Euros, then it would have been just incredibly Ballon d'Or worthy. But I have to say, Kante for me has gone up to an 89. I stand by it, one of the best players, especially defensive midfielders in the world, and I just love watching this man play. The stats are a bit of a weird one for Kante here because none of his stats reach an 89, and I've upgraded them in sort of parallel with how they work on his 21 card. So this would be the 89 sort of rated version of his card this year if it was an 89. So I personally think it's warranting one. And again, Kante is good every FIFA. So if Kante's even half decent this year, this is going to be an incredible card to get. And partnering him is Jorginho. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not the biggest fan of Jorginho in real life. I've never been a big fan of his. He has had an incredible year, a fantastic year, and there's no denying that he is definitely warranting an upgrade. I've upgraded him to an 85. I think it's a +2 on his 21 card. And I mean, just throwing it out there, Champions League winner, Euros winner, and just had a very good season full stop anyway as an individual. I think Jorginho genuinely has surprised many people, myself included. As I said, I'm not his biggest fan, but there's no denying what he's achieved this year. So a +2 I think is definitely warranted. Again, it's a bit of a stinker with like the low pace, low shooting, not great defense, not fantastic physicality. Very good passing, very good dribbling. And again, if there's a meta that kind of suits having a ball playing midfielder, he would fall into that. So let's hope there's something like that and the pace isn't a massive turn off for this card. But realistically, a +2 I think is very justified and very fair for Jorginho. In some more attacking midfielders, and we've got Mason Mount up next. I've upgraded him to an 83. I was kind of stuck between going for an 83 or an 84, but I homed in on 83. I think I just kind of played it safe rather than going for the slightly bigger upgrade. But personally, I would predict an 83 or an 84. He has had a very good season. This has kind of been I'm not going to say a breakthrough season for Mount because he's obviously been on the scene for a little while and people know what he's about. But this has been a season where he's really been able to step up to the plate and show a bit more what he's about. So not really, as I say, not a breakthrough, but a chance to really show off and shine a bit more than normal. So I've been very impressed by Mount. I think he's had a good enough season to definitely warrant that upgrade. As I said, an 83 or an 84 in my opinion. But this 83 looking card, again, decent. I think with like maybe a hawk on it, that'd be a good starter cam. And to go next to him, a man who has had a fantastic season as well, and that is Kai Havertz. This guy's really burst onto the scene since Tuchel has come in and has really turned this man's career around, or at least his Chelsea career around, as it was looking a little bit iffy before Tuchel was brought in. But since he has been brought in, Kai Havertz has had a very good turnaround and a very good bit of form. So personally, I expect an upgrade from him. I really do. I've gone 87. It could also be 86. Basically, I think he's going to be a walkout this year. But the reason I went with 87 is just because I think EA will are more likely to give this man a big boost because of some of the games that he really did turn up in. Again, gets a Champions League winning goal. I think EA will just see things like that and give him a big boost. So I've gone with an 87 as I think that's possible. Again, this is another one that maybe someone like Mount I've maybe undersold, someone like James I've maybe undersold, and then Havertz I feel like I've maybe oversold, but it's all predictions, it's all guesswork really. So Havertz 87, again, this would be a fantastic starting cam with some very good links possible as well. And I haven't gone with Havertz perfect link Werner up top. I have gone with Lukaku. At the time of recording this, it is all bar an announcement to confirm that Lukaku is back. Deal's been done, medical's been done, contract sorted. Just hasn't been announced yet at the time of me recording this, but I'm relatively sure this is going to be going across the line. And as you can see, predicted an 87 rating. Again, I think this is going to be a fairly accurate card, a +2 on his 21 as he returns back to Stamford Bridge. And realistically, I think Lukaku's going to be incredible this year. I think, again, his body type, he's physical, he's tall, he's strong, he's got the ability to shoot, and genuinely, I think this is going to be a very, very good starting card. If you get yourself a Lukaku early on, then I think you're laughing. Also, don't forget, this will likely be a one to watch. There's some very, very big transfers going on this season, and I think Lukaku is definitely in that bracket, so don't be surprised to see a Lukaku one to watch card, and if you manage to get that as your free one to watch at the start for those who got the Ultimate Edition, I think you're laughing. But that is going to be this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know down below your thoughts on the ratings I have given, and if there's any players I haven't included in this starting 11 and you want to hear my thoughts on what their card rating will potentially be, then comment that down below and I will reply and give you my thoughts. Make sure again you comment down below a team that you would like to see me do a rating prediction of, and again I go from the ones that are popular in the comment section. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do leave a like. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. Or indeed, if you want to catch us on our streams, make sure you go and catch us on Twitch, Hursty Games YT over there, link in the description. While you're in the description, make sure you check out our channel sponsors, Real Footy Prints and M21. But for now, guys, I want to say very, very, very big thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands.
What? Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertainer, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Game.